Welcome to our Saturday beginner workout. We're doing the Mobilize Stretch Activate workout today. So that's 4 groups of exercises where we have 3 exercises in each group, one being a mobility one being a stretch, and then one being a strengthen or activate. And the way we do it is 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, or just to get you into the rotation. And then we repeat that 3 times before we move on in the group. So let's get started on our warm-up. So find yourself a wall, and we're going to do leg swings. So hand out against the wall, swing your leg forward and backwards, just like this. Just opening up hip joint, and switch ways. Good. Let's do some high knees so we can do the marching. Or you can move it into a jog. Or you can move it into a run. And relax. Let's do some lunge and torso twist. So you're going to lunge forward, twist, step back, switch legs. So forward and back. Just opening up the hip joint. Again, a nice gentle stretch in our backs. One more. Good. And then we'll get into jump around the box. So we're going to hop to the side, hop forward, hop to the side, jump back, jump, 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 jump. Good. Then we're going to get into a little bit of a half kneel with a side bend. So we're going to be on a knee and then just reach over top like that. And let's switch sides. Good. Good. And then last, we're going to try our punch combination. So this one's a big one. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Now let's try it on the other side. So jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Whew, that was hard to coordinate. All right, let's get right into our Mobilize Stretch workout. So find yourself a wall, and we're just going to go back and forth with the lateral swing. So hips are facing the wall, just getting the groin activated, and let's switch legs. Good, and rest. Then we're going to go into a groin stretch next. So for this one, you're just going to go into a split stance like this. And let's just drop to one side. So the weight's into this leg straight, chest is upright. And switch sides. Staying upright. I can rest my forearms on my knees if I want. That's fine. Good. Relax. And the last one's going to be our activate one. So we're going to sit into a squat, and then we're going to walk to the side. So squat, lateral walk, lateral walk, and come back. Good. Stay nice and deep. If you can see I can only get 3 from side to side. If you have a bigger space, feel free to go further. Try and stay nice and low. Try and keep your hips pointed straight forward here. And relax. Good. So that's round 1. We're going to get into round 2. So your lateral swings to start. Get ready and go. So this is a great one just for getting some hip mobility, working out our groin, switch sides. Groin gets tight from a lot of sitting, or if you're working a more manual job, a lot of squatting. And relax. Next one's going to be our groin stretch. So we mobilize the hips, then we're going to stretch them out here. So that big split stance, weight on the one side, nice and upright. My weight's right into my foot, knees over top of my toe here. And I have this leg straight. I can really feel the stretch all down here. And I'm fairly tight through my hip flexor, so it's tight in there. So let's go to the other side. So on this side, I really feel it down in this area of my leg. And relax. And we have our second round of squat and lateral walks coming up now. And go. So sit, walk to the side, try and stay low the whole time. If you can do big steps like I'm doing, or you might do little tiny ones. Doesn't really matter. Try and sit low if you're able to. And relax. So we'll go into round 3, starting with our lateral leg swings. Ready, and go. So swinging these as much as you can. Just see what mobility you have. Good, switch sides. And relax. Last one of our groin stretches here. So big split stance, weight on the one leg, drop down, nice and deep, so I can feel the stretch through my groin. I just got my hand here just bracing, just giving a little bit of extra push so I can feel that stretch a little bit more deep. And switching sides here. And same thing, I'm just reminding myself that I need to feel the stretch in the groin there. And relax. And the last one, squat with the lateral walk. Then we'll move on to group 2. So squat, lateral walk. Walk, walk. Stay deep. Good job. Keep it up. Good. Halfway there. Probably feeling a bit of a burn in the legs. Good. And relax. So let's move on to group 2. So we're going to start with world's greatest opener. So we're going to be on a mat here in half kneel, hands on the inside of your leg, and then you're going to open up and close. Open up and close. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Let's switch sides. Open, close. Open, close. open, close. Keep it up. One more, and rest. Next one we're going to do is a T-spine rotation. So you're going to be on your mat, on your back now, in a T position. Bend your right knee, come over top your left. Grab your right knee with your left hand. Pull towards the ground. Look towards your right shoulder. And breathe. And twist. Left knee over top. Grab with your right hand. Look towards your left shoulder. And relax. Good. And we got wide knee mountain climbers for our exercise. So we're going to be in a push-up position. Knee comes wide, up towards your elbow, as best as you can here. Then back down, switching sides. So good core exercise here, especially for our hip joints, especially these first two groups. Good, and relax. Back to exercise 1, world's greatest. So I'm going to show you a side profile here. Get ready and go. So half kneel, open up, close, open, close, open, close. So I'm trying my best to open the best I can. And switching legs. Just wakes up my back, wakes up my hip joint, wakes up my groin. And relax. T-spine rotations are going to be next. So on our backs, bend our right knee, come over top our left side, grab with our left hand, pull towards the ground, look towards your right shoulder. And we're going to breathe. This is our recovery, calm before the storm. Switching sides, left over top, grab with your right hand, look towards your left shoulder. So calm before the storm, before those wide knee mountain climbers, which are quite difficult for most people. And relax. So we're going to go into that push-up position or high plank position to start here. And go, and then knee up towards elbow. Just alternating, trying to keep our hips low. So try not to let them hike up like this each time. That's something I always have to work on. It's my default position. And relax. So back to world's greatest stretch. So half kneel, hands on the inside, and open and close. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Good. One more. Let's switch sides. Open, close. Open, close, open, close, open. One more. Good. Onto our backs. T position. Bend our right knee. Over top. Grab with our left hand. Look towards our right shoulder. So hopefully you're loosening up a little bit here. Some of us take a bit of time. We're a little bit slow. Switch sides. Maybe you're having a tough day, so then it makes it even harder to relax. If that's the case, just work on your breathing here and relax. And our last round of wide knee mountain climbers. So getting into our push-up position. driving our knee up towards our elbow, really opening up our hip as we do so. Maybe you don't get all the way, you don't have the same flexibility. You can't touch knee or thigh to tricep. That's okay. Just try your best. Try and get as high as you can. Another common mistake people do is kind of tent. So they take out their core. So you really want your hands underneath your shoulders and relax. So that's the end of group 2. So we're going to go into group 3. So that's going to start with side bends and hip flexion. So just like we did in a warm-up, except we're just going to do it from a kneeling. So you're just going to come over top like that. So we're just trying to mobilize the lats and switch legs and the obliques or your core muscles on the sides here. Good. Relax. Next one's a downward dog. So we're going to start in a push-up position. Then we're going to hike our hips up and back and hold. So you see there, I'm trying to make a V, or an upside down V anyways. And I want a nice flat back. So for me to do that, I need to bend my knees a little bit. And so that gets me a bit flatter in my back. And now we just breathe from here. And relax. And our working exercise for this one is prone lat pull down. So we're going to be on our stomachs, hands out in front of us, lift the thumbs up, drive the elbows in, come back to the starting position. So keeping our hands off the ground the whole time here. It's just like a lat pull down in the gym with the cables, except we're working against gravity, really driving our shoulder blades in here. It starts off feeling pretty easy, but it gets tough in a hurry. And relax. Good. So I'm going to show you a side profile for round 2. So we're going to do the side bends here. So kneeling position or half kneel, and then we're going to reach over top, come back to center. So you can see it's just a pretty gentle movement. You can't see a lot from the side view, other than you can see my knee stacked over top of my ankle and switch sides. And then you can see my hand here just slowly trying to get towards the ground each time I bend over top. Good. All right. Downward dog is going to be next. So I'm going to show you a front view. Switch this real quick. So push-up position. Hike your hips up and back like this. Add a little bit of knee bend if you need to. If you can, try and keep your legs straight. But if you're tight through your hamstrings like I am, you probably need to. Good. Oh. And relax. And we got our prone lat pull downs to finish. So lying on our stomachs, hands out in front of us. Pull the thumbs up to the ceiling, keeping them there. Now drive your elbows to your sides. Back up. Drive in. Back up. Drive in. Back up. Keep your arms off the ground. Really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades as you do this. Another 5 seconds. And rest. And we're going to get back into our hip flex or half kneel with side bend. So I'll show you from front view this time again. So it's really subtle here, right? I'm just coming over top. Really feeling the stretch in my back of backside here. So my right side. Now I'm switching sides here. And now I'm feeling it on my left side. So the side with my hand up. Good. And we'll do downward dog again. I'll show a side view again. I think you get a better picture of things. So push-up position, hike your hips up and back. Trying to create that V. So my hamstrings have warmed up a bit. So now I can kind of keep my legs straight and really try and press into the ground while I'm doing this with my heels. And try and squeeze my elbows towards my ears in the upper body. Good. And we got the pull and lat pull down. So again, I'll show you a side view because I think you get a better view here. So we're on our stomachs, hands up, drive your elbows in, back, forward, drive in, forward, over and over again. Really focus on driving your elbows down as you go about. Good, and relax. And we'll move into our final group. So starting with a leg swing. So just like in our warm-up, find a wall, forward, back, forward, back. So just over and over again, this forward back movement, get our hip flexors and our hamstrings involved, and let's switch sides. So anyone who's a runner or likes doing cardio, this is a great warm-up exercise for you. Really gets things moving. And relax. Next one's hip flexor stretch. So we're going to be in a half kneel position like this. And then we're going to press our hips forward. And this back leg, you can even have that hand come up, just elongate. But we're going to stay straight. So we're not going to bend to the side like that other one. And let's switch sides. So coming forward, hand up, and hold. So I'm really feeling it all the way through here, but especially in my hip joint over there. Good. And we can stand up, and then we're going to do forward lunges. So we're just going to alternate which side we go with. So we're going to step forward, drop the knee down, come up, step back. Switch sides, drop, up, back. So we can go at our own pace. And you notice I'm just adding in a bit of arm movement, so I'm acting like I'm running just to make it a bit more functional. If you have a hard time with this, then we can always add in a chair or another device just to keep your balance. Good, and relax. So we're going to go back to hip or the leg swings to start round two. So get to our walls and start swinging forward and back. Trying to stay tall through my torso here. So a little bit of swinging as I get a bit of extension, and then a little bit of flexion here, making it a bit dynamic. You can see I'm getting higher and higher as I loosen up and get a bit more mobile. Good, and relax into our half kneel. So I'm going to show you a front view again. I think you get a better view of things. So lean forward, feeling the stretch in the back side here. This time, I'm going to squeeze my back leg's glute. So my right leg's the back leg here. I'm going to squeeze my right glute as I do this. It's just going to make the stretch even tighter in my hip. Switching sides. So same thing here. Lean into it, squeezing my left glute this time. So this side, my glute's being squeezed, and relax. Good. And so forward lunges. This time, say you have a hard time balancing, we're going to use a chair here. So you're going to step forward, use the chair just to balance, and just alternate your legs as you go. So it just makes it a little easier here for you, especially if balance is the problem. Try your best to just use the chair to balance. Try not to push off of it. So a lot of people will start to do one of these things and thrust out of them. And relax. We'll go into round 3 of group 4. So starting with leg swings again. At our wall, forward, back, forward, back. Try not to come out to the side too much. And just go to a height that you're comfortable with, that you can feel the mobility working. Switching sides. You don't try and have to get your toe up to your eyes, you know, like this. And relax. Hip flexor stretch. So I'll show you a side profile just in case you get something more out of it. So the other thing you can do is have top of your foot flat to the ground. As we do this, lean in, squeezing the glute. Now let's add in the arm. So I'm nice and tall and straight here. And switch sides. Leaning in, squeezing the glute. Arm up to elongate. And relax. Come up, and we're going to do our last round of forward lunges. So I'm going to show you a side profile for this one, just so you can see my torso here. So stepping forward, dropping down, I'm going to balance here, see how I'm nice and tall, stepping back, switching sides, down, back. So I can go back to my runner's arms. Notice how balanced I am though. I'm only going at a pace that I can control. I'm keeping my knee floating an inch or two above the ground. I have good hip mobility right now from all that stretching, so I can. And that's it. So we'll just get into our cool down now. So we'll start with a quad stretch. So if you need something to balance, do it. I'm going to be in front of the camera here, so we're just going to grab our foot, pull it in, be nice and tall. Breathe. Switch sides. Catch our balance. Nice and tall. Groin stretch. So we did this in one of the groups. So leaning to one side, feeling the stretch through the straight leg. So hopefully you're getting a bit more of a stretch switching sides than you did when you're doing your first rounds, now that you're getting a bit more mobile. If you notice that, that's your body improving, right? So you're still moving. So by doing this, you get a bit more movement in, and your true flexibility shows. So we're going to go back onto our mat, do our T-spine rotations. Lying on our back, bend the knee, come over top, grab with the hand. So we did this as well. So some programmed redundancy, right? Switching sides. And pure forward stretch. So ankle over top of knee, grab underneath your leg, pull it towards you. Feeling the stretch in the hip of the ankle that's crossed. So my left leg crossed over top, that's where I'm feeling it. And let's switch sides. So right ankle's over top of my left knee now, grabbing underneath my left leg, pulling it towards my chest. And I feel this in my right hip. Good. Downward dog, so another one from our groups. So push-up position, hike your hips up and back, driving your heels into the mat. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings and calves. Feel the stretch in your back. And last one is a tricep stretch. So we're going to grab our hand, come over top of our head, pull it towards, trying to have my elbow point as close as I can to the ceiling. I'm using that other arm to still elongate the stretch so I really feel it through there. Switching sides, same thing. And we're done. So great job on a Saturday workout, our Mobilize Stretch Activate. Like always, check out our other classes. So on Tuesdays with Dave and Thursdays with Justin, and obviously me on the weekends. Like always, you can, if you miss us, you can always check us out later on our Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube page, and you can check out our videos there. Thanks very much. See you next time.